What's up, everybody? Welcome to Keep Up, the fucking first live episode, our YouTube special. We have a very special guest. Tell us your name.
Hey y'all, Andrew. I rate public restrooms in New York City.
Woo! And I am your host, still Insane, and here is your other host.
Not that Jay-Z.
Oh,
Jay-Z,
man.
whatever you want to call me.
So you get to see us fucking live and direct and in person. We are at our gracious host. His name is Mark. You'll be able to see him very soon. We'll get him on for like a little encore. And we'll also have an interview with him as well in the future. Be on the lookout for that. So let's get on to it. What the fuck happened this week? Gagging on the truth. So I'll tell one little story real quick. I had a friend. We're supposed to be going on a trip together. And he like puts bank rolls on fucking on like his Instagram, like he like bands on bands, but whatever, like there's something like important to go down. He doesn't have a passport. He doesn't have like the adult essentials.
It's clearly like a 20 wrapped around a bunch of ones, right?
Sure. I gotta look closer next time. Like,
Yeah.
what the, like,
That's the old trick.
what is he bandoing over?
All your money
Photoshopping the $100 bill.
Yes, that definitely could happen. But you guys have things that happen to you like that, either this week or in general, where like people just like they're adults, but they can tell you the truth, but they choose to like wait longer and let it linger before they can actually tell you. Or
I mean, I've
truth.
done that, but not in an obvious way where it's on Instagram. Like I'll like kind of fudge the truth about my life, and then like a month later I'll be like, look, I was ashamed. I lied. I mean, this is legit.
You gotta put the
I'm not
ashamed
like on
hand,
Instagram going like, look at all my stuff. 'Cause I don't have stuff, but you know, there's nothing to.
I never social media brag. Only because I don't know. I feel uncomfortable. It's like me. I don't want that. Don't
Because it's gauche.
look away from me.
It's gauche to.
And then when you go back, and you scroll the timeline. You just cringe. Like most of my Facebook early status is all oof. Man,
Is it like emo
I can't.
quotes?
What is it? Whatever.
It's like it's like just drunk banter from when I was like a young kid.
We gotta
in
do
my
like hot
20s.
ones and get like your old like Instagram photos.
I couldn't spell apparently. I didn't know the words like.
Oh, you're one of those?
There.
Oh,
I'm just using
no.
like THERE for everything. I'm just like, this
shameful.
is shameful.
I may know about those things, but I would have went back in time and edited that shit. Like, what is oh hell no! You gotta be like a time capsule. Like if somebody's gonna look at your shit, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready for the fucking future.
It's the truth.
Climate change is gonna change all that shit, but we gotta look the same. So Jamie was gone last week.
Yeah.
We had a pretty good number for our episode last week, but I was by myself.
The one you recorded.
But I think
Oh,
I work in social media and I do SEO. I actually think it was because of the build-up with you, and I think they were missing you. I think that's what it was. I think they came onto my.
She's gone. We're free.
No, I think like they expected you because we only like really promoted it within the episode. We didn't like say like, oh, Jamie's gonna be gone next week.
Right.
So we were doing great numbers on the first two episodes. We did well on the third, but it was our best of the season so far. But I think they thought that you were gonna be there.
I do find it suspicious though. The best numbers are the ones when she's not there.
Yeah,
very,
already my
very
spirit is
interesting.
crushed. Yeah, and I totally just blanked out last week. I should have been promoting the show, but I was in the Dominican Republic for a destination wedding.
Oh my god.
Which it was. I mean, it was like at an all-inclusive resort, which would not. I don't think that's my thing. That's not the way I would want to. Because if I'm going to travel somewhere, I want to like see where I'm going. And I, in my head, called this resort the Little Midwest. Because as you started to meet people, you're like, oh no, you're from Iowa. There were a lot of like Minnesota hats. I saw a couple Badgers there. There was like another wedding party from
Badgers are from where? I don't know.
Wisconsin. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Wisconsin Badgers. We had some Iowa Hawkeyes at another wedding. It was a lot of like Midwestern folk. So it was a lot of drunk
The
people by the
Midwest
pool.
doesn't have that many pro sports teams, and Jamie went to school there just like me, but she actually got converted into the cult following.
I did.
Of college sports.
It's intense. Like
real quick, I forgot to press the record button on the phone. To our audio listeners, you will get a chunk, not a chunk, you get the what the fuck missing, but it's okay. We're moving on along. So tell us more about your vacation.
It was nuts because I think they were sold on this place being like, it's an all-inclusive, it'll be great, it'll be easy, everyone will just show up and everything's done, paid for, settled. No.
Oof.
No. This place was like, it was sort of a comedy of errors, but as it was happening, it wasn't very funny. I mean, it was, but at the time I was like, oh, I don't know. We walk in and immediately, you know, they give you the big welcome. They're like, oh, hi, you're
And
here.
this is Punta Cana, right?
Yeah. Sorry. We're in Punta Cana, and like you get there and they like hand you just like a juice beverage, and there are people welcoming you, and they take you over to the concierge table where he gives you the rundown of like, here's all the stuff. There's not, let's be real, I figured it out. There's not a lot of stuff. It's basically drink by the pool, enjoy your time, you stupid gringo. But it was like, because we were there for a wedding, my boyfriend and I checked in with his parents, or his mom and his stepdad, and they're like, oh, you're like the parents of the groom.
You are very American.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no mistaking that.
As I was waiting for you guys, I saw it looked like an American flag walking down the street.
It was. No, but right away they're like, so you're the parents, we can set up a special breakfast for you, a special breakfast.
Okay.
It's 8 a.m., do you want to join them? And my boyfriend and I are like, hell no, we're not getting up at 8 a.m. on our vacation to eat a special breakfast. So his parents are all pumped about this special breakfast. And turns out it was a 2.5-hour timeshare pitch.
Oh, I hate
But it was
those.
like for a vacation club, and
was
they're
it like
like
a golf cart or something like that?
no,
Did they do that
it
now?
was like they took them into.
They always do that
I
shit
don't
to
know.
me.
I don't know if they drove them around, what it was, but they were like, "Here's our resort. Here's the resort next door. If you like it, you can just come here forever. Would you like to do it?" And they're like, "We haven't even been here a day. We don't know if we like it here yet." And they were so nice. And his mom was like, "I didn't want to be rude." I was like, "Why did you stay the whole time?" And she's like, "I couldn't." And I was like, "But they were rude to you. They duped you. They lied to you. They sucked you into a 2.5-hour timeshare pitch." And that kind of set the tone for the whole trip, because everything was like, how can we get more money out of you? Like, you've already spent a lot of money on this trip. Like,
what was in the
everyone there-
breakfast?
I don't know. It was just a buffet. They just took me to the regular buffet. There was no special breakfast. It was like, would you like some food from the
I have a
buffet
question off
that
of
you
that.
go to every day?
What the fuck is it? I know what an intercontinental breakfast is.
Or a continental breakfast.
Or, sorry,
Yeah.
a continental breakfast. But is it just all carbs?
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
it's like a pastry basket with
it's like a
juice and
fancy
some
way
fruit.
of calling it all carb breakfast, like
But
bagels
delicious.
and delicious.
It's what, yes.
It's the muffins.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
when you're in like a San Francisco hotel in Daly City with a radiator near your fucking bed, yeah, that's when the continental breakfast is not that good.
Oh,
but
God.
back to
okay. There was
back to you, Gail.
It was. Let's just say there were a lot of people who had to switch rooms because of smells. There was mustiness. I couldn't smell it as much in our room, but we.
Well, as long as the gringo didn't smell.
No,
that's okay.
no, the gringos were okay.
Until
The
it's safe
gringos
for now.
were
It's not getting
drunk and
shut
having
down.
a good time. Yeah, no. There were people, more than one person, not just from our party, but like more than one person had to get like escorted away because they couldn't walk.
Belligerent, eh?
Like I saw like some big Midwestern Papa Bear just getting like carried off, and he's waving as the entire pool was cheering for him because he couldn't like make it. He was just like,
Oh my
"Bye
God,
guys,
you can do it, buddy.
I'm having a great time."
Go Free Willy.
It was like, it was everyone in the Midwest drinking their faces off. I
that
won't
is my
say
favorite sport.
her name, but someone who I had originally could not. I was like, I'm not going to make it if she's with me the entire time on this trip.
Shit.
But then by the end of it, I was like, you know what? I don't know what life is going to be like without her.
Wow.
Yes, I was like, I was going to kill her on night 2, and by the end of it, I was like, she's a delight.
Those are
because-
usually my best friends, the one I don't think
I
that I
don't
get
know.
along with at
Well,
first.
I don't know because
You gotta break that ice.
Let's just call her Sonia. Sonia, first
Sonia.
day, gets off the plane. They start drinking by the pool, and eventually I go upstairs. Biggest regret of my life. I missed Sonia dancing, ripping her top off.
Oh, we
They had
missed
to
a
get
lot,
it back. She did it twice.
Twice?
She took her top off twice.
You were
And
there
I-
a second time.
No, I missed all of it, and it was like a Real Housewife in action, and I missed it. It was like the greatest.
Therefore, we all missed it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have video. I don't
Shit.
have evidence. I heard it from my boyfriend's stepfather. He was like,
Oh, wow.
"Took her top off by the pool
Oh, my
twice."
God.
Yeah, it was that kind of trip. It was like, because of the people, it was a great time. But the place we were in was just like, how can we suck you dry? And like, by the end of it, we're like, everyone stay away from me. We don't need help with the bags. I don't need
We're getting
water.
sucked
I
dry.
don't need a drink. It was because like, you tip all week and it's fine. But like by the end of it, we
It
dragged
wasn't
her.
all inclusive. They usually have
Yeah.
all inclusive resorts over there.
Yeah, it wasn't all inclusive, but I think you're supposed. But we were tipping.
I've never been to all inclusive.
That
I'm
was
not
the
sure.
big
You can put it
discussion.
on before. You can put it on
You can
before.
I don't-
Pre-tip?
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
can put the
don't know.
gratuity on before.
But then there are your bartenders, your servers.
Yeah,
Like
they're
I would
supposed to-
say, the
it's
people
supposed to
that
be
were
tipless.
great were the bartenders, the housekeeping staff were like the
Nah.
nicest, best
That's
Like she was killing it.
slowly taking
Because we
things
pushed
and
two
shit.
beds together because the beds were like not doubles. And we were like, we can't fit in this bed, so we pushed two like twin and a half beds together to make a giant bed.
Back in college.
The next day, she made it up as one bed. She just
Oh,
came in
that's
and
so
she was
nice.
like, I fixed it.
It was like Mary Poppins. She
Yeah,
just
it
takes
was
one
great.
sheet and
Like,
all of a
so-
sudden there's one bed.
Shout out to Mari.
Mari!
But it was like, by the end of it, we had taken our bags down from the room, got them like through the entire resort to the lobby, and someone shows up and he's like, let me get those for you. And we're like, no, we got it. We know what's going on. We got it. We dragged it all the way here ourselves. You're not wheeling it through the lobby for like $5. That's ridiculous.
I was about to say, not for these shitty ass tips that she keeps giving me.
No.
Jamie tips well.
You don't know. I might not.
25% I hear.
And it was mostly not. I mean, but it was just like it was the kind of thing where it just felt like at every turn, it was like, oh, if you join this preferred guest experience for $40 per person per day, you get to sit by this private pool and eat in this special restaurant by the pool as well. And we were like, that doesn't seem worth it. But it was like everything was like another way to get money out of you. So it just felt like it was there was everything was an upsell. Everything was like a shiesty scam.
I was a Friday's bartender. I know all about that.
Oh god. So it was a little weird and like kind of awkward in that way. Oh.
We'll pass on that, thank you.
Beyond that, it was fun because we were just like, everybody was drunk. We all got burned on a party boat. Even though we reapplied sunscreen, everyone looked like some kind of crazy.
Gringo.
It was the flight
Gringo
people are
juice.
melting. It was great.
Straight up melting.
No, it was. Please tell me you've seen Fools Rush In.
Yes.
That's
one of my favorite movies.
Where they're on the boat with
My
the
favorite
parents.
rom-com, dude.
That's
Real
like,
judge,
it was
too
like
hard.
that. It was like, but we didn't know we were melting. We got off the boat and realized.
Oh,
we
Matthew
were-
Perry, yes.
Yeah. And his mom was like, or his dad says it. That's
Yes.
right.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, I've seen it in a while.
White
Salma
people are
Hayek.
melting. It
She
was
looking
great.
I've never seen it, I feel
Oh, it's
completely-
so good. It's
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
no, it was very like of its time. I would say
Okay.
give it
Yeah.
a try, but it may feel weird now.
They like
I don't know.
It was a very golden
Richard Grant
era.
movie with the baby coming. He's driving the Porsche.
9 months.
Yeah, it is very. It is very similar to 9
Yeah.
months.
It's very David when you go back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you know, it's
Yeah.
Selma Hayek in her prime.
Yeah,
it's
before,
pretty
Oh,
good.
I remember. the
Yeah,
movie,
before that movie Knocked Up. Yeah, because like those were like kind of regular, and then they like.
Although
brought,
I didn't.
They brought it back with Knocked
yeah,
Up.
Yeah.
I think I prefer. What was it?
Fools Rush In. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
too.
I prefer to
I
Knocked
do like
Up.
9
Don't tell
months.
anybody.
I do like that.
I know I saw it. I don't
Goes
remember.
to
Hugh Grant.
Pass.
That was Julianne Moore too, right? The one
Yes.
that was.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That was a while
Hugh
ago.
Grant.
God damn.
Yeah.
And he was on
Top of his
fire.
game. Yeah.
Notting Hill. All
You
that.
couldn't stop him.
Yeah, he
You
couldn't
still can't stop him.
But he has a new show. He has a new show right now.
Very English.
Scandal.
Scandal.
Yes.
Oh, it's like
I heard
a
the miniseries. I haven't
miniseries.
seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Have
yeah.
you seen it?
I haven't.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
want to
yet.
watch it. Yeah,
I
it
see
looks
really
good.
bad.
But just to recap,
I love Hugh Grant.
I
by
was
the way.
I wasn't drunk for a whole week, but everyone else was, and it was a great time.
What? That is
It's a
no.
great time.
Okay, so
Well,
I'm not the
'cause I can
biggest
only-
drinker, but I do not. I have to be drunk with them if they're drinking.
Yeah, I mean I was drinking,
I can't
but
just, like-
I can only have one drink.
What
Or
were
two.
you like on like a drink diet? What's going
No,
on?
that's literally all my body can handle.
Oh.
If I have more than 2 drinks, I will be vomiting off the side of
my
that party
God.
boat.
A regular person
Besides,
has
we were
2/3
swimming,
water.
Yeah.
Not her.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's
No,
like
my
3-3.
liver's like-
It's
yeah,
like
it was
it's
rough.
like 2-2. It's like.
I tried, you guys, but like how many?
I hear you.
I-
How tall are you again?
Like 5'1 and a half.
Oh.
I'm not even 5'2.
I was about to say I thought you were under 5.
Although
actually.
I had a friend who was like 4'11 and she could put it away.
What? Oh, she could put it
She was
away.
She was like this big
That's
and
what
she
Jamie
was
said.
an animal.
Oh my god.
So it's really, I don't know what it is. I have a weak constitution. Unlike the
Unlike
sister-
America.
Yeah, well, unlike everyone else at that place, I was not a hardy Midwestern person.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who is?
I don't know.
Andrew, tell us about like a vacation, either your last vacation or your favorite vacation.
Sure. Well, definitely favorite.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tulum.
Well, Tulum. Oh, I've never been.
Oh.
I've been to
That was
Mexico,
fantastic.
but I've never been to Tulum.
We
Mexico.
went to some boutique hotel. It was like
Nice.
Brooklyn Junior almost. The woman that ran it used
What-
to live in Brooklyn.
What is it about the places like
And,
white
like, it
people
was
go, we
perfect.
end up with other white people?
Well, you know, it is a
I'm
good
not
portion
sure
of the
they're all
world.
white.
No.
Western
But
civilization.
I mean, like
Yeah.
Americans though. Like you end up in places with other
Yeah.
Americans. Do we all like the same shit? Is that
I think
our
so.
thing? Okay.
I like
okay.
baseball. Do you like baseball?
Love it. We're best friends for life. And I was just in Bermuda back in
I've been to
October.
Bermuda. Very nice.
Ooh.
Expensive as hell.
Yes, it is.
So
A lot of pink
expensive.
beaches, though.
Oh,
But maybe
so you pay for the pleasure
pay for
of the
pink
experience.
beaches.
the
pink
pink
sand.
beaches,
Yeah.
the great beer.
Yes, yes.
Corona,
The Bermudians
yeah.
are awesome. They're cool people.
It was great. It was a great time. What was I trying to think. A lot of New Englanders there. I grew up
Really?
in
That's
Rhode
right.
Island.
Oh, because it's so
He's
cheap.
from Rhode Island.
There was probably maybe 5
Providence
or 6,
or-
right outside Providence.
Providence.
5 or 6 couples from Rhode Island.
What is
at
the
the
actual
hotel.
And there are only
Why
like
does everybody
12
say that
Rhode
outside?
Islanders
Warwick,
total.
Rhode Island.
Warwick, yeah, you can tell out the
Represent
audience.
Warwick.
It's a glow. Like people will, they have Google. They'll look at
They'll check it out.
Warwick.
Warwick, yeah.
Outside, they can't look out outside of Rhode
Outside,
Island.
yeah. They'll
Where
see
the
it.
fuck is
Look at
that?
that movie Outside Providence.
Oh yeah, by the
loved
Farrelly
that
brothers.
movie.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
That movie was great. I think it's so underrated. Alec Baldwin. Nobody talks about Sean Hannity, but he was good in that.
Oh yeah.
He deserves a little
Yeah.
credit.
It wasn't bad.
Best ginge.
I love it.
And throw out props to Peter Farrelly for the Oscar.
That's
win.
right, Green.
Oh,
Who would?
I know.
what's
we'll
going
talk about
on?
that
Yeah,
real quick.
because I have questions about that because I haven't seen it.
But I am happy. I do love Dumb and Dumber. I do love Something About Mary.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I saw him on stick because I did not know he did the screenplay for it.
Yeah.
Until
For
that.
which?
Peter Farrelly. He's
Did
one of the
the
Farrelly
screenplay
brothers. He did for Green Book
Oh, he wrote the
with
screenplay. For
Nick Vallelonga, the son of Frank, right?
Oh.
Or Tony
I'm
or
not
Frank
sure.
from the book.
They could all be.
Oh, okay. I was
Well,
like,
we'll
yeah.
dive into that.
Yeah.
Real quick right now,
Yeah.
actually. So the Oscars happened, and we had an Oscar episode, and we missed Jamie because Jamie,
I'm sorry.
she's one of my pop culture faves.
I was going.
But it's okay. It's okay. So Green Book won. Not out of my delight. There are people who enjoy that. To me, I do not like white savior movies.
That was my question because that seemed to be the criticism, and I haven't seen it.
I
yet.
avoided Blind Side for a while, even though I'm a huge Sandra Bullock fan,
Yeah,
and she definitely deserved it. I watched it finally, and I knew she did. When she got it, I'm like,
I'm
she's
not gonna
caliber.
lie.
I'm sure people picked the right for that.
Don't
But the
hate me,
particular,
but I like the Blind Side, you guys.
I liked it.
It
I
was-
liked
it
it.
was sort of
I'm
like
just tired of
heartwarming.
it. I'm just tired
Yeah.
of like movies
'Cause it wasn't
like
the
you know a black
accurate
person
story,
and
yeah.
you give yourself a pat on the
Yeah.
back. Like, like I'm not down with it. And I loved Green Book until I found out the story was not authentic. That the whole Dr. Shirley family, all of them, not one, says that it was beyond a working relationship,
What?
and that he sensationalized it, and they did not have a
Oh,
bond
so
whatsoever.
the
So they lied.
book was written by the guy who was driving him around.
The son.
The son of the guy.
And the Green
Okay.
Book is actually a real book, like a
Which
guidebook.
surprised me. I
Oh,
did not know.
yeah, I've heard about that. It's like
Yes.
where it was safe to go.
Exactly.
Throughout-
Civil rights.
Was it just for the South or was it all of America?
I believe
much
it was
the
the
South.
South. I believe
Yeah,
it was
so it was like safe places
dining
in the
and,
South
and lodging.
that black people could get to without, an issue. Which,
That's right.
isn't that great
And
that we used to have
and
that?
dives.
And it's a
We
very
still- we
thin
still need
thread
that.
of connection between having like my son, I don't have a son, but say he writes my biography. How would
Better
he
get it
know?
right.
Right.
How would he know the
Well,
nuances of everything?
right.
So it's a very thin line
Unless
to
you
begin
kept
with.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
detailed journals. Are you a journalist?
I am not a journalist.
Okay, you might want
He
to
would
start.
have to rewatch this video over and over again and dissect everything and be
Right,
like,
well-
that's his life.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I would want, even if, I'm not one of those people, there are people that like to curate their life in a way that it
Their
looks
legacy.
exactly.
Right.
And me, I would rather it be more authentic. I'd rather it be.
I think it's funnier when it's real.
Mhm.
It's a lot. I don't know why I think it's so fun. Like the tragedy is just so much better than this picture perfect little thing you've strung together.
I
I
agree.
love a
It's a
tragedy.
good movie though. It's a good movie.
Okay.
I just don't think it should have
mean,
got the Oscar,
cast was
especially with the initiative that they had trying to
Mhm.
make everything diverse, and they were doing a very fine job of that with the nominations. And well, when you only have
Yeah, I mean, I make a face because it's like I feel like it wasn't sort of an altruistic attempt at making things more diverse. They were just like, people are mad at us, we better do something.
true, but it has
And
happened somewhere.
There's like an air of desperation to it, and I wish they had come to that conclusion themselves, but I guess they weren't going to.
No, they had to get a black president into the Academy of Science. Like
Yeah.
these are changes that they had to get more black filmmakers, more women filmmakers, more minority filmmakers, Asian
Right.
filmmakers. You can't have that if they don't get a chance
they
to
don't
participate,
push.
and
Sure.
then they'll be able to vote more
Yeah.
in the Grammys and all these award
I guess
shows.
I can just
but
feel
you don't,
it when they're
and
trying
also
too
when
hard.
they get like
Yeah.
Jordan Peele, he's doing that Twilight Zone
Can't wait.
show. It says right in the beginning, Academy Award winning. Right, that gets you more money. That gets
Yeah.
you booked more.
Yeah.
And if certain groups are not getting that, that's not fair. And that's why only 9 women in history have been nominated for an Oscar for directing
I can
out of
only
91
name
years.
one.
And only 6. They're 0 for 6, by the way. Spike Lee continued that. And to me, and I follow the Oscars a lot.
Wait, oh.
The last 2 people that got adapted screenplay and original screenplay were Barry Jenkins and Spike Lee, but they did not get Director of the Year. And like I said, only Only 6 black directors ever have been nominated, and like I said, that's
None
91 award shows. 91, and there's only been 2 men of color, not men of color, black, Denzel, Sidney Poitier, and that's pretty
for
much
Best
it for Best
Actor.
Actor.
Which is funny because Denzel, when he won, it clearly, like, he won for all the other movies he did,
Yeah.
and they just owed it to him, so they gave it to him for Training Day.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that was his
There's
best.
only one
I don't
Asian
think
director
it
for
was.
Training Day
Sayonara.
was not deserving of that
If I may say, I
award.
thought this year, I want
No,
to
go
go
ahead.
into your last week's episode. I thought this was Spike's year. Speaking
Me
of
too.
like deserving it, like they did for Scorsese with Wolf of Wall Street, where like
Yeah,
it
wasn't
wasn't
his
his
best.
best, but like his catalog
Right.
was so extensive
Did they give
that
him
they're
that,
like.
or did they give it to him for Departed?
I think he lost for the
think you're
Departed.
right.
I think it was because
I
I
think you're
remember
right.
being really disappointed. I was like, Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, well, Departed was really.
Unless my facts are wrong, it could be.
Even though he's a little one-dimensional, I love Scorsese, but it's all mob movies.
It is correct.
all
But at
mob
least
movies.
they're good.
Even the new one.
movies.
Even the new
I
one.
know. Though, I mean, he's pulling. Yeah, it's a little much. now.
Netflix is $200 million film. What is
Yeah,
that
you
called?
got
The one with
Irishman.
yeah, The Irishman.
Oh,
They got
I
him coming
haven't
out
even
with like
heard of
a
this.
walker or something.
No!
They're pushing the age, so but it'd be
I don't
good.
know.
They got Al Pacino. They got
Joe
Harvey
Pesci.
Keitel. They brought
Wait,
Joe
this
Pesci
is
back.
all in this movie?
Yeah, Netflix.
I-
Paramount kicked him to the curb because the budget was too much, and then Netflix picked it up and bought the rights for $150 million.
That's sad when Paramount can't afford something, but Netflix
It's his
can.
biggest budget actually. Scorsese.
It's just live action. I don't know why.
Oh,
it's
Jimmy
sorry.
Hoffa, yeah. Well, I think they're on location.
I feel like
don't know.
this
we'll
is-
see. I trust
We'll
him.
see.
I
Yeah.
trust
I
him.
don't know. I feel like if it's his biggest budget, you have all these people. I'm worried it's gonna be like all this hype and then
Oh, it
it's
could
just
be.
gonna
Oh, yeah.
be-
Oh, you're absolutely right. It
yeah,
could be.
I'm getting nervous
But
already.
we're excited to see either way. He's
Okay.
earned
Yeah.
the right for us to see it.
They were
so.
filming outside my street
Oh,
for a few days, so they
nice.
transformed to like 1950s. They're
That's
pretty cool.
sick. I love when they do that.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker
nice.
for that period
Yeah.
films and how they like. And I think a lot of shows and films deserve the credit when they get like awards when they actually like embody
Try.
that image.
Well, that's
yeah, when
why
they try.
costume design is always an interesting
Yes.
award because you see like a random movie that you wouldn't have thought of, and you're like, you're right, those costumes were intricate,
Yeah.
and they had to research this stuff and figure out what was right for that era, and that's always interesting.
So before we get into the karaoke portion, of what the fuck did I hear?
Yeah.
And to be honest, like we'll put those in. This is our first YouTube episode, so we're just guiding our way in. But real
Trying
quick,
to
since
see.
we're on the topic, even if you didn't see all the films, that's fine. I'm the only loser who does that. Did you have a favorite? And even if it was Green Book, I know I had my own. But even if it was Green Book, that's fine. What did you have a favorite going in?
For Best Picture?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'll be honest with you. I'm drawing the blank on every
No, it's
single
okay,
movie.
it's okay,
It
that's
was
fine.
Roma.
Roma.
I did not see
The
Black Panther.
Green Book.
Did
Black
not see
Panther.
it.
Oh, can I ask you?
Favorite?
Wasn't Black Panther in
Vice?
last year's awards? So,
No.
That's called Mandela Effect, I believe.
Somebody was saying to
No,
me
Black
that
Panther's
it
this
came
year.
out last year, and I was like, so why would it be? Because you can only run in the year you.
It was 2018.
So why was somebody telling me it was last year? I was like, you can't be in the Academy
it was like-
Awards.
Well, that
Early
someone
18.
is not credible, so that someone cannot be on this show anymore.
You're cut.
Word on
You
the
are cut! Telling the wrong Black Panther information. The favorite, Vice.
Oh.
Vice.
The,
Vice.
Yes,
Yeah,
Christian
yeah,
Bale.
yeah.
Yeah,
Christian
yeah,
Bale.
yeah.
What else was? We can look it up real quick.
I actually don't think I saw any except Black Klansman and
So
Green
good.
Book.
I saw-
And that was a Best Picture nominee.
I
Yeah.
don't think I saw anything except Black Panther. Because I
can't do Marvel movies. Too much CGI for me. I am
I'm into
so.
it. I like it.
I tried to watch Tomb Raider last night.
Oh,
Obviously,
okay.
The new
Vikander,
one.
she was good.
It
I
was
liked
okay.
her.
Oh, I was
the
into
CGI
it.
it just consumes me. I just watch. I'm just like these
Nah,
waves
you're
are
right.
fake. This airplane, this whole scene is just fake.
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with
I'm
it?
okay with it.
Okay.
I'm like, take me away to this mystical world
Right.
where waves are not real and.
So we're going to where waves are not. Oh my gosh!
Oh, we're on
get
this
the stocking
crazy
cap, everybody! Get the
Yeah.
stocking cap.
Oh my god, I would love that just in a green suit the whole time. It's like,
So real
Jamie
quick-
actually played that parrot in the last movie.
Oh my god! She will not be in the Aladdin movie, guys. She will not be
Oh.
accompanying Will Smith.
Oh, I'd be a killer.
and I won't be.
you
And I won't be
guys.
Blueface, Tatiana.
I will be a grain of sand.
A great sin. You don't want to be a Iago? I love Iago.
You
No,
could be the
no,
King
I don't
of
think I'm
Wonders.
qualified. I'm terrible.
You
at
can be the
camera.
face in the Cave of Wonders. You know, where it's like.
I've been
Jump
the hipster cave. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so they didn't watch the movies. All good. We already had Oscar coverage anyway last week, so fuck it. So what the fuck did I just hear? And usually every week we do like actually we've been kind of like freestyling a little bit, but usually I play the songs that are released this week that are like up to my algorithm on Spotify, but we're trying to transition into our favorite songs. And you know what? Maybe through editing we'll try to get those songs in there, but for now we're just gonna ask, what is something that you're listening to this week? Or what is something you're listening to? What is your favorite track that you're listening to this week? Or something that was released by your favorite artist? We'll start with Gina.
Oh, we're kicking it off with me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what was getting me through the week was actually, and you mentioned The Greatest Showman earlier. I've been listening to the Greatest Showman soundtrack. I don't want to seem like a dork, but I'm into it. I love Hugh Jackman. I'm feeling it, and that song that he sings with Zac Efron, where he's trying to get him into the business. What's it called? It's like The Other Side or something. Check out The Other Side. That's my. I wish I could sing that song, but I can't sing it all. So that was it. And I mentioned in our prep for the show that the song I was listening to this week
Olivia Newton John
was, unfortunately, there was karaoke night every night at the lobby bar, and this woman 2 nights in a row sang Hopelessly Devoted. I heard it a second night in a row, and I look over and I go, that's the same lady. That's her repertoire. That's it. She loves Olivia Newton John, period, end of story. Won't switch it up.
What do they call the people that love like John heads or something?
Oh, John.
John, is that what they're?
Johnnies. Nudies.
Nudies. I like
talking
that.
guys. Let Olivia Newton John take you to another place.
It's my
journey.
least favorite
good.
song on this soundtrack.
And yes, she brought it to keep up. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's no Grease, but it's okay. Let's get physical.
Oh, that was it. I would listen to that more than I would probably listen to this, because at least with that you
And
could,
she
like,
beat
strut.
cancer. Go Olivia Newton John.
Twice, I think.
Twice.
I think. Don't
Maybe
quote
she
me on
sang
that.
the song for each time she beat cancer.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Maybe.
That-
Oh, it was like an homage
Something
of
makes
sorts.
sense.
I didn't need it, but I respect it.
Those karaoke moments, guys, you know all about them.
Yeah, they're
Don't try to
tragic.
front.
I don't like it. If I wanted to hear it, I'd just listen to the original
more.
track.
I actually listened to all the songs.
The jukebox, baby. Andrew's all about it. Andrew's all about it. All right, Andrew, your turn. So what is something you've been listening to this week? We will get it on Spotify. If
I've
it's
been
on
listening
Spotify.
to it. It's on Spotify. I've been listening to For Mercy by Ballroom Thieves.
Why am I not surprised? I haven't heard of them.
No,
I
you
don't know the
don't.
song. I'm sorry. I'm not surprised.
Thank you.
You're like,
Here
I
we
live in
go.
Williamsburg.
Ballroom
Here's a
Thieves come.
band you've never heard of.
So tell me why. So has it been released this week, or was it something from the past?
It's on the past.
Tell us.
It's
Give us a
just-
memory about it.
It's been in my life for, I would say, a good 2 years.
Tell us.
Whenever I'm walking or out there, I just love it. It helps me work, focus. The whole melody of it and smoothness of it just kind of has me grounded. It kind of keeps me like going.
Okay, I'm gonna have to add this. I love new music.
It's like, I like depressing sounding things. I like not living in a state
Well, that's why
of, like,
Jamie went to
joy.
DR. She likes that too.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So I like things that are.
She only goes to people who get married 3 times in a row.
It's true.
So let me find what I forgot the song that I was listening to this week. I listen to so much new music. I have like way too many. Actually, I just started listening to my horoscope up.
How are you liking that, by the way?
I've been loving it. I thought I wouldn't. I was like, get the fuck out of here. How the hell do
Oh.
you know what songs I like from
Right?
my horoscope?
But you were feeling it?
And yeah,
You're a
Spotify.
Gemini?
I am. I don't usually tell people. We've discussed this because everybody.
So I mean to
Gemini.
throw it out there and.
No, it's okay. It's all right. No.
they're like-
I'm just eavesdropping
Because
over
people
here.
think Geminis are two-faced because there's two. Is that what it is?
See, that's
Because
exactly why.
they're the
Gemini hatred
twins,
is
so
just-
you have like 2 sides to your personality.
No.
I don't know
I don't know anything about zodiac signs.
Yeah,
I just read it.
I
from
only
this
know
computer.
what people tell me when they're like, "Oh, that is so you," and I'm like, "Is it?" Because I'm not organized. Like Virgos are supposed to be very like A-type
disorganized.
personalities, and no, they're
Or
supposed to be like they're supposed to have their shit together, and I'm like, that's not me.
You know who's probably a Virgo? Maybe the girl who does the Keeping Tidy show
Oh,
about
Marie
bringing-
Kondo.
Yes, I
Yeah,
forget her name.
yeah,
but
the-
she seems like she could be then.
Oh, yeah,
judging
yeah.
by your description.
Oh, I like
wouldn't
this
be
one.
surprised.
This one was pretty okay. Okay, so again, this is Snow Allegra. This is why so this week I listen to a lot of new music. I'm gonna take your suggestion, and I already know about Olivia Newton John.
So we're gonna ignore your suggestion.
No shame.
Yeah.
No, wait, the whole thing? We need to do...
No, just the last
Oh,
one.
just the last. So, I'm a big Amy Winehouse fan. I'm sure a lot of people are too. And so, I listened to the Joe Budden podcast. Oh, that's where the inspiration came from. They were playing it on Sleepers. They have a section at the end of it, which I've been trying to copy in my own way through this. But they play like their people songs that they think people are not listening to. So this is Snow Allegra. She is Swedish, and like I said, she's pretty dope. We'll play like more into the middle. So if you're missing Amy Winehouse for any reason and you want some new music from her, you're not gonna get it. But if you need like a substitute, Snow Allegra's pretty good. She's pretty dope. She's pretty dope.
Sounds like something that was cut from Miseducational Lauryn Hill.
Oh shit! You know I found out she does not own any of her masters from that album.
Really?
That's why she calls herself Miss Lauryn Hill, and that's why she chops it up a lot when she plays it. Like she doesn't ever play like the original version. Like she'll always play like some rendition of it.
So she doesn't have to pay them the rights to it. Oh, that's
Fucking
great.
Lauryn Hill.
She's got a lot going on.
And Eminem should have just got married, man. Fuck. Oh, you guys didn't listen to that song? It's a great song, man.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, Eminem a long time ago said I should try to get a date with Lauryn Hill, and Lauryn Hill. Wow, I'm saying this as if it's new to you guys.
Yeah, it is.
So some of you will know this. It's okay, I got different fans out there, but Lauryn Hill, they asked her in a Billboard magazine, I believe, or Rolling Stone, and they said, and she had sold a lot of copies. So obviously she was a mainstream sensation. Obviously white people were buying her albums. So she goes, and they go, oh, did you think that you would get received like this? And she goes, honestly, if I knew so many people, white people were gonna buy my album, I wouldn't have made it.
Oh no, I know this story.
And
yeah.
so she had a very tumultuous. I still don't think that's right to say. I get it. There's a lot of racist parts in America. Bill Russell, he felt that way for a long time because he lived in Boston, in the '60s. So that's a little different. But it's still, you still gotta try to do your best to love everyone. I'm not saying go love a hate group, but you can't just assume everybody's like that. But and I lived right next to the Ku Klux Klan, like the resurrection of like the Red Dragon. So you know what I'm saying. I lived
when
with
you were in college.
Yeah, with me
it's
and,
close
our,
to Kentucky.
and our camera guy.
Yeah.
But to get off topic, what was I going to say? Sorry.
Eminem and Lauryn Hill.
Oh, so to wrap it up with Eminem in the song it said I would like to get a date with Lauryn Hill as a sarcastic joke.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
See that
the role model
I didn't
song.
know that.
Yes.
I was hoping it was going like somewhere like, and then she rapped back to him that like meet me here or something.
Right.
I thought it was like a
That would've
like,
been-
she shook that was
That would've been
funny
way
or
better.
something.
That would've been
I
way
thought
better.
that's where I too
Yeah.
thought it was
But
gonna be
Eminem
like a
would always
musical
play-
sort of thing.
I see.
Flirtation.
I think she's married, right?
To Ziggy Marley.
Okay.
No shit.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's the one that made her go crazy and shave her head. Congratulations to him and Kevin Federline. You guys do great work.
Hashtag K-Fed.
Right, hashtag K-Fed 2006. Never forget.
I miss like a dirty white guy in a wife beater with those carpenter shorts.
Those are good.
Sorry,
So
excuse
does
me,
the girl
cargo
from Moesha.
shorts, carpenter jeans.
Or the Parkers, I forgot what
I'm not
Oh
sure
yeah, it was
what
Shawn
that is.
Jackson.
Yeah, Shawn, she's hot. She's pretty hot.
Yeah, I don't remember what she looks
I
like.
don't remember what she looks
Yeah.
like. I just remember the bracelet.
I just remember Kevin Federline like cigarettes and like cornrows.
Cigarette.
Oh, he was gross. and
Well,
I
until the
loved
Vegas
it.
deal, he was doing better than her.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, until Toxic. And that's one of my favorite songs,
okay.
by the way. No shame, no shame. No shame.
Real quick, I just saw Britney Spears has a lot of tiny furniture.
Get out of here.
What do you mean?
I know, I just saw.
To hear this.
Was that something? I was like, there was, or something, and there was like an Instagram battle between like Kim Kardashian's house, which they're calling like
Gross.
empty,
I don't think
just
she
like a
can
white
afford tiny
space
furniture with
art
that ass.
gallery almost. And
Yeah.
then Britney Spears has like a very like Italian ornate house.
Ornate.
And like it has like, if you Google it, she
What
has like
ornate
tiny
furniture?
couches and tiny furniture
Yeah.
all over, and
Like
it's like
child-sized furniture.
no, like even like
Ornament
miniature.
Oh, she loves a miniature.
Miniature.
She loves dollhouse furniture.
Yeah.
It's decorative. I
It's
thought
decorative.
she was.
So sorry, I might not have explained it.
No, you
properly,
explained
but-
it. Ornate,
I thought you were
ornament.
sitting
Yeah,
on
I
it.
get it. I get it. I
She-
get it.
it's-
Small.
But it's weird
Small.
though.
Yeah, now
She
I
has,
have
like,
to
an
see
obsession.
Polly
that.
Pockets.
You can Google it. It's out there.
This
Yeah,
is like,
no.
I heard Demi Moore collects dolls.
Oh really?
Just throwing this out there, miniature furniture, porcelain doll collecting,
Mm-mm.
it's all weird. It's all
That's weird.
they
I don't collect dolls.
I don't collect
But I don't.
Because
I
they're
don't think it's
creepy.
weird.
Because they watch you and then they come to life at night and try to murder you.
She has a double
Reboot to Chucky this year. Just saying.
Ooh.
Did you guys? And this wasn't even on script. Did you guys see the Momo challenge?
I've heard of. I don't know what the challenge is, but I've heard of Momo.
Good. You
And
guys
I've
are
seen
real
Momo.
adults. I like that.
I'm not sure. I would like to.
Momo is
Well, I work in
horrible,
news, but go ahead.
I know Momo as a
Momo.
really grotesque sculpture created by 2 Japanese artists, and it was in a
Yes.
gallery in Tokyo. And for some reason, it's made its way onto the internet, and people are like putting her scary face
Not
in the middle
people.
of videos.
Little children.
So what is
May I
it?
see a Momo?
Yeah, sure.
What's happening?
Why
So
we-
what is
I'll
the
show you
actual
Blue Whale
challenge?
first.
What's the deal?
Blue Whale Challenge.
Like they're putting
That's where it
Momo
was
into
inspired
children's
by.
videos?
The Blue Whale Challenge. Yes, children are sending like Snapchat videos, blah blah blah, of these.
Oh my.
The Blue Whale didn't even come up. The Momo came up.
That's
Yeah.
the
And-
Momo?
yeah,
I
they
told
just-
you, it's
and,
grotesque.
and it's just not the photo. It is they're making them do challenges, and at the end of the challenge, I guess like they get so peer pressured into things, they ask them to commit suicide.
Oh
Whoa,
no! I was reading
this is
about
a
this, and I
twist
think
in
it's that's a hoax. Like I think I would check Snopes on that one because
Nobody committed suicide, but they
Right.
have asked them to hurt themselves.
But that's like okay.
But the
I
Blue
don't
Whale
know.
Challenge, 6 people got hurt, and I don't know if they all died, but like they were 6 people, so that's why they were extra cautious with this
What's
one.
the Blue Whale Challenge? What do you have to do?
I looked this up, and Momo came up first. So
Is this a...
That's a sculpt like some kind of sculpture thing.
yeah, it's a piece of art in Japan, and of
Okay.
course
Great.
Americans.
It's weird,
Americans
so-
ruin everything.
But they were like trying to scare children by putting her into children's videos. I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I'm thinking Candyman when you say Momo Challenge.
Oh,
So...
they're rebooting that too.
Are they really?
Yes.
I don't know, do we
yes.
need a reboot?
Jordan Peele is directing that. Jordan Peele
Well,
is
then it
directing
might
it.
be
And
funny.
Us is coming out.
Look at that! You
Yeah.
changed course on that
Well,
one.
because like
Academy Award winner Jordan Peele.
Well, because he has like a really vicious sense of humor. So like,
does.
even though I can never watch Get Out again because it was that
Oh,
like
this
it was
is
that
crazy.
That I can't. I saw the preview and I was like, nope.
I
I'm
know.
out.
Me too.
I
I'm
tapped
like, I
out.
don't even
I
know
was
if I
like,
want to see it
no.
now because it's so scary.
Too scary.
wait.
But like even in the previews for Get Out, you could see like his sense of humor creeping in there and what was so funny about it.
Oh, yeah,
but the
Camp Peele
preview
is
for
the best.
us, I was like, I don't know what's funny about this. The shit's too scary.
And when they were on Mad TV,
Yeah.
they were the best too. They were so.
They
good.
were on Mad
They-
TV.
I was gonna say, I didn't know that.
I only knew them from Key and Peele. I didn't know where
They've
they
been
came
around
from.
a long time.
Oh.
What about Keegan? No, I feel he's not left behind. He's
No,
doing
no,
his
no.
thing.
Yeah, he's
Netflix
doing very
stuff.
well.
He's on Friends from College.
That's right. On
Which is
Netflix.
okay.
Oh,
It's
no,
kind of
Amazon.
like
Amazon, right?
No,
No,
it's
Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh, it
It's
is
like
Netflix?
terrible
Netflix.
people doing terrible things. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not the Kardashians.
Oh god.
Another group of people. So now we're gonna get into, even though we talked about Oscars a little bit,
Right.
what the fuck did we watch?
No.
So we were talking about some Oscar movies. We talked about Green Book. We talked a little
Mm-hmm.
bit about The Favorite. We mentioned Vice. Blah blah blah. But Jamie has seen Bright.
I finally watched Bright on Netflix, the Will Smith orc movie.
we'll get to that.
Which is
We'll get
such
to
a weird
that.
thing to say.
We'll get to that right after this
Yeah.
one because it's a more relevant movie. I saw 8th Grade as well. It actually won. It didn't get nominated for any Academy Awards,
Okay.
but it got nominated. I forgot which one for screenplay. Well, while Andrew tells us his synopsis, I will look that up.
Sure. So, eighth grade. Take me back, I say.
Take me back, I said.
It was an enjoyable movie. It was very surreal. I knew it was going to be like it was like dramedies almost, but it was way more dramatic than anticipated. Well acted. The girl was brilliant. The father figure was. I've seen it about a month and a half ago. I actually saw it the same night.
She played Elsie Fisher. She played the voice of Emma in Despicable Me, the first one.
I've never seen it.
She was 5.
I've seen it, but I
Okay.
don't remember which kid that was.
I would say I did get a little sleepy towards it. It's not a lot of movement, not a
very
lot
indie.
of dialogue at times, but it made me really dread having a child in this society.
A girl at that.
Like, these kids are brutal.
They are.
And like, I know that is just the ice, like just like the
Fuck
tip
the
of the
Momo
ice
challenge.
from
Right.
like what kids really experience. And
Oh, God.
it's scary, especially as like got me thinking like as a soon to be parent. What the
Oh.
hell can you? Oh, not yet.
yeah.
I
Sorry.
got married, so like
My
the natural,
bad.
natural progression as a child.
Congratulations! No.
Not yet. But like,
He's a lot closer than us. That's what we're trying
What
to
do
say.
you do?
Yeah.
like what do you do when you're? I don't know.
I hear you.
I was just watching. I was like, I don't know what that. Because you can't resort to like anger or like frustration because it's so behind the scenes and just all on technology
Yeah.
and cell phones and.
Generation Z, yeah.
Generation
she's
Z.
part of Generation Z.
See all that, I'm like, okay, I don't need to
It's
see this
wild.
movie.
No,
I
it's
can't.
well,
I just
you
like
kinda lived
I
it,
need
yeah,
to. I
she's
need
like-
to just
yeah.
go to my
She's
CGI
Generation
waves
Z.
phase.
No,
I don't
but
like
she's
depressing
but she was a
shit.
girl in middle school, and it's
Yeah.
very, very like in the perspective of a like,
Yeah,
a
it might
girl.
be too
Yeah.
visceral an experience for me. I think I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
they
over.
should.
Like I lived through middle school. I earned my
Okay.
stripes. I'm done.
That was higher than high school, right? Middle school?
Oddly enough, yes. Did you have that same experience where middle school was rougher than high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Everyone kind of like I got to high school and everyone seemed a little more chilled out.
Because no, you're right. Because the hormones, like, and I was a substitute teacher for a while,
Oh,
and
wow.
I went throughout the boroughs in high school,
And they were
one
monsters.
day, I only did middle school one day. They assigned me once, and I never had an incident in all the high schools. And when I went to, I don't give a fuck, IS 127. Yes, you're a badass fucking school.
Oh.
This girl was in front of my desk, and this little kid touches her boob in front of me. Within seconds, she takes the stool and whacks him.
Good for her.
Blood just goes.
This whole.
So I didn't even have a chance to even intervene. Which,
Okay.
if you're a sub, you can't touch them anyway. So you gotta let it rock.
Oh, God.
Because
So
like
you
that's
can't
a
even
lawsuit.
go, like,
yeah,
kids.
you
That's
like
just screaming in the hallway for help,
Yeah.
basically.
yeah, like if I like, let's say you guys like just got
Yeah.
into the tussle or something like that, and I like tried to separate you, and like I like dislocated your shoulder or something like that, or
You're-
you can sue me. You can sue me. Like they taught us this also when I was a camp counselor. If you give someone a Heimlich maneuver, they can sue you for that too, for breaking their ribs.
If it goes wrong, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
But aren't you supposed to break their ribs if you do it right?
Yes, that's why it's contradictory. That's why it's like, motherfucker, you save
So
yourself.
I guess you did. Yeah. It's
When you breathe in, you think of me.
So I'm with you. Middle school, I think, is more rough because, like I said, and like you said, with the smooth out part, because middle school, like they're
Yeah.
finding themselves, the peer pressure, all that stuff. They're all introduced to, and even in that eighth
Yeah.
grade movie, it's like it's just stacked and stacked. And then when you get
Yeah.
to high school, even though it's still a lot of pressure
That's
and
still
stuff, you're not being
happening, yeah.
introduced to it. Like you're more used to it now.
Yeah.
Like you're
I
more
mean, I
used
was
to the
still
bullying, all
just
that.
as uncomfortable and like, oh, my body. You know, I,
Yeah.
like I would walk around like,
And it
please no
won
one
for the
touch
Writers
me.
Guild
Yeah.
of America. That's what it won for best
Oh,
okay.
original
Okay.
screenplay.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it was original. To me, there's no other movie like it. Like,
It was like a horror movie almost. It's not
yeah,
like-
if you're a middle
Yeah, it
school
was.
kid, middle school is like horror. Like it
And I
really
think it
is.
has a lot of connections to your buddy you were talking about in the beginning of the episode about showing on Instagram this
stunning.
life,
Yeah.
this life, and all of a
Perfect.
sudden like
Perfect.
she's up there smiling and she's got like no one following her, no one paying attention to her, and then behind the scenes she's just like bawling her eyes
Yeah.
out and just like I was like, come on. Happy ending though. I'm not gonna ruin it.
Oh.
Ended on a good note. Or
It
at
did.
least depending on I kind of
Gucci.
saw it going left.
That's what she says at the end of her YouTube song. She
Is
goes,
that what she does?
Gucci.
Oh, no. Then maybe
Fun
she
facts.
deserves the agony
And
she
we
got.
talked about
Come on, man. Take it easy on her. She's trying to find herself.
Me and Jamie talked about this on episode 2. We said anytime somebody says fun fact, it's usually not a fun fact. But we'll see if you think this is a fun fact. Elsie Fisher, not just Elsie Fisher, the movie got a credit from Apple to use all Apple products for free in that movie. But there is a scene, which you remember probably, where she throws the phone and it comes back and it's all cracked on the screen.
Uh-huh.
And she's using it throughout the whole film because like she's afraid to tell her dad or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. Apple didn't like that and pulled their credit back. So throughout the whole movie, they cover all the Apple products.
Wow.
Because they're like, we don't want you to know that reality like our screens will crack if you
Right.
throw them.
Yeah,
That is a
actually.
fun fact, actually.
Yeah.
That's a
we
fun
had
fact.
some fun with that
Yeah,
fact.
no,
You know why I say that fact?
That was a good tip.
Gucci. I'm glad we're on the way, guys. I'm glad we're on the way.
No, shame on
But let's
us.
talk about Bright. It was a movie that came out last year on Netflix, and Jamie has discovered it.
I mean, I saw it for like a full year. I was like, I should watch this.
I should
movie.
watch this.
And then finally, like right when we got back from the trip, we were like, let's watch something. And we're kind of scanning Netflix.
What's Jamie's rating scale? What do we
I-
have?
I-
We have 5
I
star,
enjoy-
we have
I
thumbs,
see-
what do we have?
I don't know. I would say,
We have any Rotten Tomatoes, we have Green Tomatoes, what do we have?
1 out of 5. I like the New York 1 rating scale, which is 1 out. It's like, is it a rotten apple? Am I giving it like
A
10
rotten
apples?
apple. Oh, you're
He
onto
gives,
something right
he
there. We're
gives
gonna have to
it-
patent that
I
shit.
stole that.
Really? Yeah.
No, I stole that from New York 1. He used to
Oh, that's
use like
right.
rotten
I knew you were
apples
talking
with
about that
the
guy.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
No,
Mr. Whipple, my bad.
I would,
dog.
yeah, I would say no rotten apples for this movie. I see why people didn't like it. Was a little heavy-handed at times. You could kind of see where they were putting the jokes together,
Yeah.
and they were kind of letting Will Smith go and do his Will Smithy.
There's a lot. What do you
thing.
think about the people, if you saw this movie, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
who said it ripped off Zootopia.
What?
Yeah, because of like all the segregation
Well,
of like
then
all the
every
groups of
movie-
animals and
I've seen neither movie.
Okay,
so
but then
I
that's
can't speak to it.
every
Well-
movie about anything. That was
well-
like when people said Avatar ripped off.
it did. Pocahontas, all
No,
those
no.
movies.
What was that?
All those
What was that
indigenous.
tree movie with the fairies? The tree movie with the fairies.
Oh, Fern Gully.
Fern Gully.
It did.
But it's like.
But that's how all art is. You have to imitate
It's
it a little
it's
bit.
and even if he didn't intend for it to be, I mean, you can't be like a movie about discrimination is going to be the same as any movie about
Okay,
discrimination.
good point.
So like it was.
Sure.
I mean, it was. No, I didn't go. I'm watching Zootopia. It was a completely different movie.
Zootopia.
There were orcs. Okay, where there
Fucking
no.
Zootopia.
Zootopia.
Hey, you're Zootopia. She comes back from Dominican Republic. She's not about Zootopia.
Sorry, I'm from here. It comes out.
Yeah,
from-
she is. She's very
you
New
should
York.
see videos of me as a
Northeast, baby. We're all
Woo.
here. We're all here.
Yeah. And we all have accents.
So let's get into the
Yeah.
interview portion. Where the fuck
No.
did I go usually, right?
Yes.
But, go ahead, Jen, you tell me.
Oh no, but no, really. It's
Who
your
the
time.
fuck is this? Who the fuck is this guy?
Me?
Tell me. So, Jamie, you started off with a question, and then we'll go back. We'll
Yes.
get 2
Well,
questions
right
each.
off the bat, you said. I mean, when we first met, and right when this
Andrew,
video
by the
started.
way.
What up,
Tell us
Uh,
your social media handle again.
At Pooper's Guide on Instagram.
And that is my first question. What like spurred the creation of Pooper's Guide?
How much time do we have, man? This
I mean,
is a
was this like an
story and a
urgent
half here.
for it,
incident
go for
for
it.
you?
I mean, this dates back to 2006, believe it or not.
Okay.
I was
Before
in,
the
We were around.
smartphone
We
era?
were around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
just
around.
born, I think, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember the news article. Yeah, it was back in college. I was at URI, University of Rhode Island, represent.
That's right. We like Rhode
Go,
Island.
And
go
I
ahead.
used to know where all the
Go hens.
best bathroom were. Yeah, hens.
Oh my god.
I love 911.
Oh,
Wait,
fucking know that.
are they really the hens?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yo,
I was
he
like-
keeps doing that,
Yeah,
man.
and I you have such an earnest
Yeah.
approach that I'm like, whatever you're saying
Yeah.
is true.
We were like, oh, what do you have to do after this? He's like, oh, I got some skydiving appointment. We're like, oh yeah, true.
yeah.
We're like, oh yeah, okay, we won't keep too much of your time.
I'm such a dope. But no, so what happened?
So I used to know where the best bathrooms were on campus. There was a bathroom that had a window
that
and
guy.
a windowsill, and you could sit right in the toilet and just look out. And you were perched up high and just
That's
watch
a
the
good
world.
next
That
promo,
is,
guys.
that
We're
is
all
a
gonna be
good
like,
bathroom.
And I was like, I got a really good skill. And I was actually trying out for the NYPD back
get
then.
out of here. Oh,
Uh,
snitches, yo, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah. They're actually coming through now. I made the call.
The Rico! It was Takashi, everybody.
And so, I came up to New York to go stay with my cousin down Upper West Side. I used to be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I don't know where to go. I'm like, there's no magazines.
Side, there's
There's
nowhere to go to the bathroom,
there's
okay.
no magazines. There's no books. There's nothing. So I used to come up and just bring my notebook and my BlackBerry and take pictures and rate bathrooms.
Oh my gosh.
I rate them on cleanliness, accessibility, size, amenities, and I said what?
Those are like
Yeah.
Bumble
Size,
criteria.
comfort, amenities, accessibility, and cleanliness.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
So those are my 5 key points, and then I kind of give it like a meme. Like I give it like a
How did
overall
you
scale.
relay this information to your lady? What did
Or
she
to other people.
well, I mean, I say a lady because my man is married right here. Andrew is
for
married.
almost 5 months.
That's
Oh,
right.
it's fresh.
Congratulations
It's fresh.
again. But that's what I'm saying. Like somebody like that you're dating, and you can tell your parents, you can tell your family, the reaction's a little different. And even us, we're on a show, so it's advantageous. But for you, like when you told like even people you were dating, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, how did they receive that? I think it's cool you're at. I think it's
she
cool.
loved it. She loved
Nice.
it. I mean, it's been something I've
She's a
harbored
keeper.
and been working on. And then it took me years to piece together. I can go on Instagram.
Did you get any help from anyone?
No, I just did it myself.
Oh, wow.
I just
All
said,
work.
yeah, I just said,
Nice.
what the hell? Why am I not on Instagram already? And I was dating. We were dating at the time, and I was working at a high school in Far Rockaway. John Adams.
Yeah. Oh, John, nice.
Oh yeah,
Queens.
yeah. I used to do an after-school program there.
Nice.
And so it was fun. So I said, I'm gonna start this up, and I just made the account, and I was at Brooklyn Roasting Company in Brooklyn. I never
yes,
forget
I worked
where
in
you
Dumbo.
were.
Yeah, I worked in Dumbo.
Never forget where
Yeah.
you are when you make your first post.
No wonder you know all the hoity-toity bathrooms.
Oh my
You're
God.
like,
Well, this is like key because you can integrate it into Google Maps.
Correct.
Or
So,
into
yes.
Apple
So
Maps.
another long-winded story.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's
We'll
been a
finish
dream
off
of
with that.
mine to give out this information of how to access these bathrooms that kind of go with your daily life. By that I mean quick access,
Yeah.
grab and go. You don't have to use another app. So I worked with some developers about 2 years ago to try and make this, and app could never get it off the ground. It was too expensive. I couldn't figure out the logistics of it. And then I finally released it on Google Maps, where it integrates with your own Google Map app. So all you do is have to follow the link that I have on my bio and Instagram, and then all the bathrooms are populated on your map all the time. You never have to do anything else. Just load up Google Maps and you can type in your address. As you're driving places, you want to look to see where the map is. You look for the little white square, and that's the bathroom. You hit it, and you get live GPS directions there. And it's free.
I have tried that.
It's free.
Awesome. And his favorite bathroom is actually my favorite bathroom. Joe and the Juice in Soho. Shout out. The fucking, actually, I forgot my favorite drink.
Do you have to make a purchase to use the bathroom? You usually do, right?
So,
probably.
One fun fact about these bathrooms fun fact, this might not be, we'll see if we can go 2 for 2 here.
Well, let's see.
These bathrooms are no purchase necessary bathrooms. So for me, it was always important to do low bar for entry.
Right.
Now, I don't want you to feel like you gotta buy something. Obviously, you do feel uncomfortable when you walk in. There's crickets inside. Yeah, of course. I can't afford to be buying coffees and burgers every place I go
to the bathroom. Yeah.
So every place that you see on the map is no purchase necessary.
My God.
So it's easy. So you don't have to feel like
making it easier for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Millennials are broke.
Until I get a cease and desist. I will give you cease and desist. And I'm going to be expanding to...
have you tried to patent anything?
Not yet.
You should.
I know I should.
Do you have poop merch?
No, I don't.
I'll be there.
So I'm slowly expanding. There's going to be a multi-tier. I'm going to LA and Philly in the coming month or two.
Oh,
we get the inception stage.
Yeah, so it's growing. And
we'll
be working... man, I'm doing some crazy things.
You are.
But
so
it's a
happy
good
to have
idea. It's something, a service people actually need.
Yeah.
Because I know I've been some places and I'm like, oh God, I'm not going to make it to the Barnes & Noble in Union Square.
I actually had a woman from Argentina hit me up. She sent me a DM and she sent me a message. I guess she came here, I think she's like a mom or something, and she came here with her kids.
Yeah.
And she said, thank you so much for your account. You made our trip so much better because we knew all the places to go to the bathroom, and it was a peace of mind. I was like, oh, damn, I said, that's crazy.
I mean,
it's
I have more of a
hilarious,
reach.
but it's true,
And from someone from Argentina.
She'd rather slide into your DM than have anything slide out of her unnecessarily. Just saying.
That could be very true.
You don't
very
need
true.
that. You don't need that kind of shit in your life. You don't need that kind of shit. Do you have another question, Jeannie?
No, do you have anything to follow up with?
No, I just wanted to get into your. Oh, I've lost the Google Doc real quick. You had a Karaoke story. Let's hear
yes, it was like, what did I say? It was for what did I say?
Yes, what the fuck did Jamie say?
And all week, all the gringas were screaming.
The gringas.
The gringas were screaming, Karaoke, wow, wow, wow. And I thought their cab driver gave them some bad.
We were all convenience stores. Wow, wow.
Well, we were all convinced that they were saying something really offensive, but I was like, no, actually, when you break it down, it means like.
What's up?
What is what?
It's what's up.
And it's like a Dominican slang version for like what.
That's
what's
weird
up?
because I thought that was more
like,
uptown thing for Dominicans. I thought that was.
I don't know because
right.
they were saying it's like
every
fucking person, and I was dying. I was like, can we just bring it down?
Did you have any Mama Juana?
I did.
Yeah.
I had more than once. I had some Mama Juana. I actually got to take a bottle home. So that was their wedding favor, a little bottle of Mama Juana with a tiny hat on it. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be drinking it in my free time, but it's rough, you guys.
So we'll mix in a little bit from that, and we'll have this be the last question, so we can fit in this episode edit-wise and shit. I appreciate everything, this whole audience out there, and bearing with us, and our camera crew, Mark.
Thank you.
I'll be on his vlog episode very shortly. My Filipino crewman, my Bahal dog. But so Andrew, on that note. Have you expanded internationally at all with your guide, or is it only New York based?
So right now it's focusing on New York.
Okay.
I'm going to Italy, Malta, and Spain in May.
Nice.
So I think I'm gonna try to do some
international.
Like Frommers.
Yeah, like a little travel. Like I'm there, so I might as well hit it up and see what I can put on the map. Yeah,
nice.
That's my goal. And actually. If you stay tuned, if you follow me, you're interested in any social enterprise. I'm also trying to create some, make this like a nonprofit almost, where we give toilet paper rolls to countries in need.
Look at you, man.
So I've been emailing some missionaries in Guatemala to find out how to send them rolls of toilet paper, and I guess a lot of school kids, like elementary school kids, need them. So I've been I'm speaking to two missionaries. So it's slow, seeds are being planted.
That's actually a great way
but
to
like
do
I have
something.
a great platform here, and I would love to do more than just give bathroom locations.
Yeah.
So that was Pooper's Guide at Pooper's Guide?
At Pooper's Guide.
Yeah.
Guilty.
That's right. And do you have any other social media handles or anywhere else that you want to plug in?
No, that's it.
Just the
That's
poop-related
just the
social media.
poop-related.
So one more time.
Pooper's Guide. POOPERSGUIDE.
And where can we catch all your wonderful tweets and
Oh,
Instagram stuff?
at Not That Jay-Z. I was out of The Bachelor for 2 full episodes, but I'm back.
That's right.
You're not going to miss a single moment of that crap.
I'm telling you, I don't watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette at all, but if I want any information, I go to Not
I
That
got
Jay-Z
it. It's all up here.
on Twitter. She got it all down pat. If you want any of our marketing materials, we have great promotions on Keep Up NYC. That is the Instagram handle. We have Keep Up Shut Up for Facebook. Still Insane. And we also have, like I said, I'll be on a vlog very soon, Life of Mark. And that is all one word together for YouTube. You should subscribe to that. You should subscribe to Still Insane.
Mark with a C or a K.
With a C, good for you. So Life
Got you.
of Mark, all one word, with a C, M-A-R-C, very important. And again, we'll be doing that vlog, and maybe Jamie will be on that as well. We'll see, production-wise, you never know. We thank Andrew so much for coming onto the show, being our first guest for the YouTube episode.
Yeah, great.
Oh, you're the man.
Thank you for having
And
me.
yes, and I hope that we do more things together. But here's how we end this show. I don't know if you know. You better listen up, shut the fuck up, and keep up with Still Insane
And Not That Jay-Z.
and our guest.
Andrew Pooper's Guide.
That's right. Over and out, homies.